It's all yours. To the side there for you. All right. Tonight we're going to be cutting through the decades, through the styles. I just kind of pulled some things that might have been hanging around a while with some low starts. So this one is a modern brooch, gold tone, very nice condition, pretty abalone shell with the rhinestone accents. I love how the fins are done on this pin. Really pretty, kind of beachy, right? Here is your link on that. But that one's running now. I love the stone on this. Very pretty. Like I said, definitely more modern. Wasn't made yesterday, but wasn't made in 1950 either. Thanks for looking at that one. All right, let's, pardon me. Next up, I have this little gem here. This is, where'd you go, girl? Here she is. Reversed carved rose lucite. This is probably circa 30s. Here's the length on it. Really pretty. You can see that gem all carved inside, set in the lucite. There is, you can see some wear, right? You can see some scratches up under the light. Here is the back of it. Great handmade gem there. And there is a teeny tiny little chip in the outer edge of the brooch there. But a pretty piece. So that one's running right now for $6. Really, I love these reversed carved gems from the 30s. Pretty pieces there. All right, friends, thank you for looking at that one. All right. Dun, dun, dun. This one is a 1984 Avon. It is another one that appears not to have been worn. It's all still in the box. Yes, Stephen. This here. Yeah. Here's how big it was, David. Assuming this is the one you were asking me. Let me pull it back up. So you can see the information on it. That's that one right there. Yeah. Okay. All right. All righty. Let me see here. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, guys. It'd take me a second to scroll through because I got posting happy and I pulled a whole bunch. So that's take me a second to scroll down there. All righty. So now we're up to 84. These are from Avon. Simulated diamond studs. Okay. Super tiny. The boxes are a little, little beat up from banging around in a jewelry box. When they say they are tiny little studs, they are tiny little studs. But they are quite, new. They've never been worn. They are post there. So they're going to be running right now. Anybody wants little Avon studs to accent anything? They're great. Thank you so much, Share Bear, for your bid. All right. Congratulations, friend. They're all yours. Put them to the side for you. All right. A couple Avon pieces, so I'll pull them all up. Pardon me. So this is, let me see, can't remember if it has the year on it or not. Yes, 1985. Imari Clasp is what it's called. Again, in the box, little worn box. And what it is, you can see how it just has like a push clip. And it goes around your scarf. It's like a scarf clip. Really tiny, not too big. So it wouldn't be for, you can see it doesn't go open very wide, right? So it's going to be for the thinner scarves. But that is running right now. Again, the box is beat up, but I don't believe it's ever been worn. It's in really, really nice condition. Thank you, Annie. Little fuzz from the box there. All right, congratulations. Thank you very much. So friends, if you're just hopping on, welcome. If you see anything that you want me to pull up, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, kind of roll along here. Oops, wrong button. My big old fingers. Okay. And then I have another 80s Avon piece. Now this one does not have it just says pearlesque cluster pierced with surgical steel. Again, this box is really beat up, this one. Probably also from that same time, right around mid 80s. But I don't believe they've ever been worn. Pretty little gold toned leaves. Probably, I think they're supposed to be holly leaves, right? Kind of like a holly leaf. With faux pearl accent. There is your post. And I'll do the wooden butterflies next. Sure thing, Sherry. And here is how big they are. So they are running right now for $4. All right. Thank you for looking at those. Let me pull up the butterfly. So these are handmade. I believe these are more modern. Hand carved little wooden butterflies, and they have been painted. They're two different colors, but they are a set. You can see like a purple and a turquoise. This one, you can see that there's like little gold accent on that one as well. These are wired post, and overall they're pretty nice condition. And let me show you how teeny tiny they are. They are super tiny. So they are running right now. Thank you so much, friend. Cute little gems. All right. Thank you so much. Congratulations. All righty. Put these up next. These are gorgeous vintage Avon. They are silver toned, and look at the center. So these are, let me get short here. Yeah. Uh, say they're an acrylic to made to look like a stone. But look how pretty they are. When they hit the light, you can see it has like a starburst kind of center, and depending on the light, they're like purplish, reddish, but really pretty. So are your Avon marks. Really nice condition. So they are running right now for 4. And the adjustable blue ring, sure thing. I'll pull that one right up. Let me show you how big these are. These are pretty good size. Alrighty, thank you for looking. Let me pull that up. Oops, it'd help if I spelled it right. All right. So this is very pretty. Silver toned and this is just a faux, a plastic acrylic made to look like turquoise. Bead. Pretty nice condition. Here is the underturn right there. There's a little, you can see there's some metal wear right here, probably just from when people have adjusted it, scraping at it. Here's what it looks like. And let me get my sizer. So this has a tiny bit left of adjustment. You can see just a little bit. So it's not going to really get too much bigger than an 8. Okay, so it can go smaller, but it's not going to get too much bigger than that. So that one is running right now for 3. Set in this pretty little ring there. All right, thank you for looking at that one. All right. Next, I have a couple more Avon pieces. I love these. So these are not marked, but from my research, I know they are Avon. So they are black and white. Look at that. Aren't they pretty cool? Classic black and white. An acrylic. You can see how they're all pieced together there. Avon does surgical steel. So we know they're probably hyperallergenic as well. And here's how big they are. So what's great about pierced, right? You can wear them like that, or you could even turn them sideways when they're on your ear. So they're running right now for 3. And they're really nice condition. Don't really see scratches or anything like that. All right, thanks for looking at those. Dun, dun, dun. And then I have from Avon this fantastic cuff. This is great. Great for the fall, right? Because as your leaves all layered on top, has a hammered metal look to it. This is in really nice condition. Nice wide cuff. And there's your inside. There's really not really too much metal wear. There is your mark. That's one of Avon's designer marks. I'm 100% positive that it's Avon. So it's really a great piece. So that's running right now for 5. Looks really nice on. as well. It's kind of hard to tell, from this angle, but thank you so much, Annie, for your bid. All right, congratulations. Over there. Pardon me. All righty. Let's see here. Show a couple brooches next. So this is a pretty gem. This is 1980s, does deco. It is gold toned with lovely rhinestones, accent, and a middle enamel. There's a little bit, if you look in the light, some kind of like brushed marks on there, on the enamel. But overall, it's in, pretty nice condition. Here's the back. A little bit of bent, but that is standard a lot of times with your brooches because people shove them in and out of a bunch of fabric, right? I love this one because it's really long and narrow. It's a really cool piece. So that is running right now for $6. Okay, thank you for looking. Pardon me. Next, I have this pretty gem. Where'd she go? So this is pretty. Vintage gold tone damascene brooch. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's like inlaid metal work. This one is not marked Spain, but I would be surprised if it's not. Has your trombone clasp on there. Pretty nice. Pretty nice overall. I really don't see any, anything beyond a minimal general vintage wear. It's pretty nice condition overall. And there is how big that is. And this is handmade of, inlaid metalwork. So that's running right now for $8. It's got a pretty good setting as well on there. Thank you so much. All righty, let's see. Sad we are just going down the line, guys, as to what is popping up. All right, next we're going to a ring, a little cocktail ring. This is really pretty. Gold tone. It's size 9 and about a quarter, a little bit bigger than a size 9. Faux opals and then rhinestone accent. Pretty nice metal. I don't see any turning or anything like that overall. It's in pretty nice condition. A great cocktail ring piece. Let me show you the sizing. So it's a little, just about a 9 and a quarter. So that's going for $6. Pretty piece. If I had to guess, it's probably 1980s. All right. Then I do have an Eva ring. Thought I added it, and I did not. Pardon me. Oh, give me 1 second here. There it is. Okay. And this one It's a vintage Avon gold tone with a faux amethyst and your rhinestone accents. Pretty nice condition. It is about just about an 8, like 7 3/4. Minimal wear on here. It is marked Avon. It's just kind of hard for me to there. It's down in there to show. Here is what it looks like on, and here's how big the center of that is. So that's running right now for 7. But a really pretty Avon ring there. All right, thank you for looking. Next up, I have these are really, really cool pair of clip earrings. So you have your confetti lucite, like a dark reddish pink, and then they are celluloid, like slide-on clips. Here is how big they are, and pretty nice condition on the lucite. Little yellowing of the celluloid, but that sometimes happens. So these gems are running right now for $4. All right, friends, thank you for looking at those. Next up, I have a couple of enamel flowers. This one's going to have a start of $5. It is gold tone enamel, really pretty Aurora Borealis center on there. Lots of layering. Does have, does have some enamel wear in spots. You can see some chips or scratches. But overall, it's not too bad of a piece. Here's the back. And it's a larger one. So very pretty gold enamel. It's running right now for 5. This would be pretty in a veil, I feel like. Or even you could stick it in a flower bouquet. I don't know. I like that one. Okay. Let's see here. Going down. So this is a very pretty piece. A gold tone. Kind of, I guess it's supposed to be like a flower, right? With a pink moon glow and pretty rhinestone accents. It is, here's how big it is. It's about an inch and a quarter. The metal's not too bad on there. There's your settings. You can see, if you look close, a little bit of glue residue on the glass there. But here's the back. Here's your setting there. Little metal wear on the back of it, but not too bad. Overall, pretty little piece. Really pretty, that pink moon glow. That's running right now for 6. So friends, if you're just hopping on, welcome. My name is Amy, and I appreciate you taking some time out of your Saturday to look at some of these pretty pieces that I have. If you see anything that you would like me to show, make sure you just ask. and I'll pull them up for you. We will be rating somebody at 7, so we have about an hour. Rhinestone bracelet. Yes, sure can. Let me pull that listing up for you. There we go. This is being so goofy. Dun, dun, dun. Where are you at? There it is. Okay, so that is this gem right here. So this is very pretty. Silver triple row, and you can see it is a stretch bracelet. Here is your bottom. This part right here doesn't stretch. You can see it's probably where they started making it, and then it stretches out. The bottom part stretches like this. There is minor wear. Really, it's a gorgeous piece overall. The stones are all intact. I really don't see any dark stones or glue residue. It's just a really pretty. And there's lots of room for extra stretch. I'm a 7, so you can see there is definitely room. It fits me nicely without even pulling that stretch out. So that is running right now for 5. Really gorgeous piece. All right, thank you for looking at that one. And then I also have, oops. Dun, dun, dun. Where did it go? I'm just checking because I thought I had this other rhinestone bracelet listed. Sometimes I think I put stuff on and then I'm like, where is it at? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. And then I have this pretty one right here. This is, let me make sure I'm telling you right. Yeah, 7 inches. This one is 7 inches. It is gold tone. There's your clasp. It is in beautiful condition. Faux pearl with rhinestone accents. Just a really pretty piece. Very beautiful condition. So that's running right now for 5. Alrighty, thank you for looking at that one. Right, let's see here. Let me do the purple. This purple set is beautiful. So this is for a 2-piece set. And it is, let me make sure I'm telling you right length on it. So it's 16 inches and has a 3-inch extender. And it is this necklace right here, this triple purple. Super pretty. Here is the clasp on there is a J hook. Little metalware on the clasp. but nothing, nothing bad like that. Here is your extender. Gorgeous purples. And then here is your beads. Aren't they gorgeous? So this one is like a purple swirl. And these are acrylics. They start out small and they get really chunky at the bottom. Hi, Lori. Welcome, friend. Yes, isn't this gorgeous? It's really pretty. Then it comes with these gorgeous floral matching clips. They match. So pretty. Here is your back on these. Little metal wear in there. You can see some scratching of that paint and stuff going on there. But overall, it's in really, really nice condition. So that set is running right now for $15. Love these. They're so pretty. Oops. Great sound too, right? Love me good clacking beads on necklaces. I hear you coming. Let's see. We'll do some more necklaces. So this one is a more modern piece. Wasn't made yesterday, but it's definitely after Y2K. So let me see. Dun, dun, dun. So it is for this one here. I just leave it on there as you can see how it is a choker, right? So it's really gonna cling to your neck. It's a great piece to stack with other things, right? Let me show you here. So here is your clasp, modern lobster claw there. Let me make sure. I am doing really good, Lori. How are you? Hope you are doing great, friend. I apologize for the delay in answering your questions because when I'm pulling up things, it doesn't show me the comment box, if that makes sense. Good. I'm so glad you're doing good. I feel like it was a quick week, right? Quick week. We're already on our weekend. Yeah. So anyway, so here is the clasp. Again, this is a modern handmade piece. Faux pearl. And they have put an accent bar, spacer bars in between. Just a fun little, and when I say choker though, 12 inches with a little bit of an extender. So that is running right now for $5. Again, I feel like it's a great piece to start at the top and build around. But pretty, pretty, pretty. Alrighty. If we're looking at that one. Then I have, dun, dun, dun. I put so many on here that I'm like, where are they all at? Okay. And then next I have this really pretty, just checking my length, 16-inch. Okay. So this piece right here, we'll come back to the butterflies. This here, so you can kind of see what it's going to look like on handmade coral gem. So here is your clasp for this one. And then your coral. Just kind of hand strung on there. Very beachy. A sweet little piece. Very dainty. So that one's running for $3. Thank you so much, Lori. It's a great piece. All right. Congratulations, friend. Thank you. Thank you. And then this, we're going to do this one next. This is a fabulous piece. Let me just find the listing. There she is. This one is 21 inches with a 2¼ inch pendant. So it is fabulous. It is Carla Jordan. There is the tag on there and your clasp. And these really great beads on there. So cool. But of course, here is your pendant, the flying geese. A little bit of wear on there, but overall a great Carla piece. So that was right now. Thank you for your bid there. This is such a cool piece. If you're familiar with Carla Jordan, I was not until I came across this. I don't know why that is running so long, so I'm just gonna talk for a minute. I was not familiar with her until I came across this piece, and then when I started like looking at her pieces, she does some really, really cool stuff. Um, just things that are different that you wouldn't think would be really good on a piece of jewelry like flying geese. So I urge you, if you've not heard of her, to go check out her things because they're pretty amazing. Thank you so much. You are taking this gem with you. It's such a cool one. Oh, you are so welcome. Last one, and this one I did not. I just pulled this one out. So we are going to add this one on the fly as we go. This gold chain. I want to make sure I am telling you because I'm having a brain freeze. I want to say Japan, but it could be Korea. Nope, Japan. Okay. So it is a gold chain from Japan. So let me bring that one up. Love Japan. They have some amazing like beaded necklaces, beaded jewelry, but they also every once in a while you run across a good gold chain, and this is one of them. Gold tone, I should say. This is the 30-incher, and it's in very nice condition. There is your Japan mark. Don't see any turn on there. The metal is great. Really pretty. Perfect if you have a, cool pendant that you came across and need a chain for. This gem from Japan would be perfect. So that's running right now for $6. Again, it is 30 inches long. So a pretty chain there. So welcome aboard, friends. If you are just hopping on, you are on with Amy with South Jersey Mama's Shop. And I appreciate you taking your time out. So next up, do you see this pretty gem right here? That is a Carol Lee. Let me bring up the listing here. Whoops. It's like you are not spelling me right. There it is. So this one is 16 inches, making sure I'm telling you right. 16 inches with a 2-inch extender. Really pretty beaded necklace from Carol Lee. Here is your clasp and your stay around your Carol Lee toggle on there. And these, they're like a pale pink, but they also give like a peachy vibe too, depending on what you put up against it, if that makes sense. These glass beads here. And then there is some faux pearl on there. Little bit of tiny wear. You can see like a little spot right there on a pearl or two. But overall, it's in pretty great condition. The cuts of glass are fabulous. They're kind of eclectic. They don't necessarily match, on either side, but they are fantastic. So a pretty caroly. So that's running right now. I sure can. Yep, I could do those for you next. Pull those up for you next. Alrighty, thank you so much for looking at that one. Oops. So I have two different mother of pearl. So I will just show them both. So the first one, these are handmade. They are pretty fabulous. They come on the silver toned, wired pierced. And they are carved mother of pearl shell with metallic gold and abalone accent. Here's the back. Pretty thin, but they are pretty wide. Pretty wide hoop. And here is what they look like. Pretty cool. So those are running now for $4. And then I will pull up the second pair mother of pearl that I have as well. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, these are pretty neat. All right. Congratulations, friend. Yeah, I love handmade stuff, and these are pretty fabulous as far as handmade goes. You are welcome. Thank you. And then let me pull up the other pair of mother of pearl. That is these right here. So again, these are handmade gem, silver toned, wired. And then they have a pretty mother of pearl with like the howlites and a beautiful red cut faceted glass on there. You can see nice little dangles. And that is how long they are. So they're running right now for $4. Thank you so much for your bid. All right. Congratulations. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. This is another pretty handmade piece. Excuse me. And this is modern. This is definitely more modern. It's like after, post Y2K. But kind of gives you an idea what it looks like. Great pendant piece. Here is your toggle. So it's a handmade wooden toggle. These are a black stone. And then here is your pendant. So it's inlaid, has some mother of pearl and stone inlay pieces on there. And there is your back. Little bit, you can see there's like a little blemishing going on the back there, some scratches. But overall, not too bad. Here is how big that is. It's pretty smooth, so I think it probably has a coating. You can feel the inlay, but it definitely has, a good coating over top. It is, let's see, 16 inches. And then this part here is a 2¼ inch diameter. So pretty great size. That's running right now for 5. Alrighty, thanks for looking at that, Jim. And then I have one more mother of pearl that I pulled. Oops. It's being very wonkadoodle here. What's happening? Okay. And let me make sure I'm telling you right. Yeah, this is pretty long. So this is a 60 inch. 60 inches. Okay, so it's one long single strand. So I'm going to double it. But it is 60 inches. So that's what it kind of looks like. Good layering piece. You could, even do it a little smaller if you wanted to for a bracelet. Has faux pearls and then cut glass with Aurora Borealis finish, little clear glass, pardon me, and then your mother of pearl discs, beads on there as well. So pretty little piece and pretty nice condition. Definitely a modern piece because it's strung on wire. So it doesn't have a clasp, but this is the top, how they finished it. So that's running right now for 5. Thank you for your bid. All right. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Pretty piece. All righty. Is that all my necklaces? Yes. Okay. Next, I have a few handmade pieces here. These are definitely a modern set. Again, they are Silvertone wires. This one has a little, you can see like a little wear right there. It may come off now that I'm like looking at it. But it is your drink Coca-Cola with little glass bead accents. So if we have any Coca-Cola fans, these are for you. I like Pepsi myself, but they're running for 5. I'm the Allier. The rest of my household likes Coke. Like how they look like the old pop-off bottle caps from the glass bottles back in the day. All right. Doing some earrings today. Next up are a pair of Silvertone. Silvertone wires. The metal's in really nice condition. These are modern. And they have a little cute bee charm on there, little dangles. Let's see how big they are. So if we have any bee or insect friends, they're running now for $3. Alrighty, thank you for looking. I'll pull some brooches up next here. So this one is a vintage. I said pretzel because it just, pretzel jumps out at me when you see this. Um, it is a metalworked piece, so it's been blacksmithed and such. Um, just twisted. Here is the back. You can see all the soldering that's been going on in this piece. Here is your bar, a little bit of bent in the middle, but just an interesting piece. And you can see how the bar is on the bottom. So I'm assuming it kind of goes like this, right? This piece here, this side moves a little bit, but it's still tight to the brooch itself. And that's your length on that one. So very interesting handmade piece there. Definitely has some weight to it as well. So that's running right now for $6. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be. I said a pretzel, but alrighty. Next up, I have this is a great fall piece here. Oh, did I not bring that one up? Well, this one we're going to list on the fly because I forgot to bring it over. Let me list this one. Cotton apple wreath brooch. Okay. Sorry about that one. All right. So this one, I love for fall, right? So it's gold tone with your leaves, and then it has the apple accents, the gold enamel, gold enamel, gosh, green enamel on the leaf. You can see does have some chipping and wearing on the paint, but it's still a neat piece. I think. Like I like this piece here. Great for the fall. So that's running right now for $5. And there is your length on that one. So friends, welcome aboard. You're on with Amy with South Jersey Mama Shop. We are on for about another half an hour before we read our next seller for tonight. So thank you so much, Lori. This is a really a neat piece, great for fall. So if you see anything that you would like me to show in the next half an hour, please do so. Even if it's something I've already shown, I will show it for you again. Next up, I have a great one. It kind of reminds me of like a steampunk kind of look. This one right here. So you can see it's like that brassy toned steampunk kind of tone, right? Metal there. And it has your different little accents on there. Your Aurora Borealis. There's a clock and your pearl. Here is the back of it. So the metal is all one piece. There's your your bar, your pin. And then it has these added pieces to it. Any bugs? Here's how big this one is. I'm going to run this one now for 6. Did I pull? I have a butterfly and some birds. Let's see. All right. Thanks for looking at that one. No, the only thing I pulled, Lori, was a butterfly. I'm trying to see. Dun, dun, dun. I don't think I have any other tonight. No. I have this butterfly. I have butterfly and a couple of birds, but I did not pull any other bugs. So sorry about that. But I will run the couple butterfly pieces. So this one is a vintage gold tone. Kind of has a little bit of a, that filigree kind of look to it. These are glass amber stones. The middle one is an acrylic. It's in pretty nice condition. Okay. I will pull what I have, though, so that the next time I can make sure I tag you that I have the bugs. Here is the back. This bar is a little bit bent there, but it's still fully functional. So that's running right now for 5. I love like the amber beer color kind of accents on that piece. All right, thank you for looking. Yeah, it is pretty, right? It is a gem. Colors are a little different than you normally see on the butterflies. Then I have this butterfly piece. Whoops. It's not how you spell butterfly. Let's try that again. There we go. And then I have this one. This is a really cool handmade. I believe it's handmade anyhow. Silver toned butterfly. Look how cool that is. So it's like a long dangle piece here. Let me show you the length first. So it's a good 4 inches. And here is your top piece. And then your pretty butterfly in the center. Look at the chain. Chain's really cool. And then your bottom. And here is the back. Does have, you can see a little glue residue right there going on, but otherwise a super cool piece. So that is running right now for $6. Thank you so much for your bid. Yeah, I thought this was kind of different looking, right? Really neat piece here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Really different. It kind of has like a very eclectic kind of look to it. So congratulations. It's coming your way. Alrighty. Let's see what else we have here. A couple older ones. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. We'll do this one. So this, excuse me, is a silver toned vintage pot metal rhinestone floral. This one does have, you can see the stones look a little yellow. They're not like super bright yellow. I'm not sure. I think it could be glue underneath, but I'm not 100%. But the glass is pretty nice. Here's the back though. You can see the pot metal, and there is your back part there, your barn pin. And here is how big it is. I am on again, let me think, on Tuesday's cross market train. I'm on then. I think it's Tuesday. The one with Mr. Eccentric, the holiday one. So I'll be on there. And I'll probably have my things, Lori, listed by tomorrow night because I've been working on that. So you'll be able to look. But thank you so much for hopping on, Lori. Oh yeah. Yep, I can. It's cross platform, but it'll be I'm still selling through VGA. So, and if it happens to charge you twice, I'll refund it. Like I will only charge you what, it costs me. I hope that makes sense. But thank you for hopping on. So I'm going to run this one right now. Oh, thank you so much. I will. You too, friend. Take care. All right. So this pot metal one is running now, guys. So this one's an older one. Thank you so much for looking. Let's see here. So if you are just hopping on, I'm here for about 20 more minutes before we raid our next seller. So if there is something you want to see, let me know. All right. So next up, I have a set. It is a brooch and earring set. It is a holiday set. You can see gold tone gift with enamel flower, little glass accent bead there, and your red enamel bow. A little bit of metalware, a little tiny enamel chip right there. But overall, here's your back. Um, Not too bad. And then it has these cute matching clip earrings. Whoops, goes this way. For, matches the brooch. So these, again, same thing, pretty nice condition, minor wear overall. Here's your clip on the back. And then there's that one. So you're going to get the set. Pardon me, you get the set for this one. So it is $9 for the set. That's running right now. Before you know it, the holidays will be here, right? We're just talking with Lori that we have a holiday train coming up. So, alrighty, thank you so much for looking at that. Let's see here. Trying to go down here quickly. Next up, this is a more modern cuff bracelet, mixed metal, copper and brass. You can see handmade piece, pretty nice condition. Don't really see. Here's your back there. Anything wrong with it. Here's what it looks like on. And that is running right now for $4. Oops, there we go. Has a weight to it because it does, it is that copper and brass metal. It's a little bit of a weight. Welcome. Welcome, Burr. Thank you for hopping on. Just trying to go down the row here. Next up, I have this piece here. This is a really tiny cuff bracelet. I'm a 7. I can slide it on, but you can see it does not go all the way around. Okay. Silver toned metal is pretty good on the inside. And then it has a shell, inlaid shell accent on it. Showing you all up close. A little bit of a, um, actually, I guess that's just the way they laid it. You know, the shell's a little imperfect. And then there is what it looks like all the way around. So that one is running right now for 5, and it's not very wide. You know, not a very wide cuff there. Alrighty, thanks for looking at that one. Next up, I have these gems here. How fabulous are these? So they are vintage blue with like a yellow button center. Clip earrings. You can see it's a little dusty. Needs a little more cleaning up. And here is the back of this one. And this one does have a couple of chips in there. And this enamel is on an acrylic. It is not metal, which a lot of times they are, but these do not feel like metal to me. I feel like more of an acrylic. But they're very cool and they're big. Like they're a really good size. So overall, cool pair. They're running right now for 7. These are like so much fun. Flower power. All right. Thank you for looking at that. Friends, if there's anything you want to see, don't hesitate to ask because I don't think we're going to get through everything that I listed. You know, it happens. It happens. All righty. Next up, I have this brooch here. Hi, Hope. Welcome. I have this brooch here. It is a gold toned metal. Has a little bit of wear on the metal, but nothing over top. And then we have this faux soapstone cameo centerpiece there. And here is the back. Pretty little piece overall. Nice size as well. So that one's running right now for $5. I love the pretty roses in the center of that. Setting is pretty nice on it. Alrighty, thank you for looking at that one. Bring this one up. So this is pretty. Silver tone with black faceted glass and rhinestone. The center, I feel like I go back and forth if it's an acrylic or an agate, to be honest with you. I am not I'm not 100% sure. I think it's an acrylic. But this is definitely black glass. And then you have your rhinestones. Here is, you can kind of see, it has a little bit of a 3D pop to it. And here is your back. So that is running right now for 6. It's pretty nice overall. And there's how big it is. Love a black and silver together. Alrighty, thank you for looking at that one. Next up, I have this little C clasp. So this is an old C clasp one. It's very lightweight, like a goldy brass tone. Kind of looks like just like a flower swag, I guess. You can see the bow in the center. Here is the back of it. And there's your old C clasp. Pardon me, like losing my voice all of a sudden. And it's about 2 inches and not very wide. So that's running right now for $4. A pretty little older piece there. Thank you for looking. Next, I have this one. This is pretty. Find the listing for it. Dun, dun, dun. Where are you? There you are. So this is pretty. Silver toned double layered heart. Has like it's supposed to have like a marcasite, kind of look to it. And then it has rhinestone accents. Overall, it's pretty nice. Here's the back of it. And it also has a pendant clasp on there. So that's running right now for 5. And there's how big it is. So friends, we have about 10 minutes, pardon me, before we raid our next seller. So if you see anything at all that you would like me to run, let me know and I will do so. Something, I've already shown. I will do that again for you. Next up, I'm going to show this one, but I have to add this one on the fly because I thought I had pulled the original listing and I did not. I'm going to call it Triangle. Let's see. I'm going to call it Triangle Rhinestone or Triangle Glass Brooch. Okay. Oops. Now I can't pop it up. Where'd you go? There you are. All right. So this is silver toned with larger glass stones. A little bit of wear on the stones, but overall they're not too bad. You can see the setting. Here is the back. A little bit of metal wear on the back there. But overall, a nice older piece. That's running right now for 5. All right, thanks for looking at that one. What I'm going to do is take a quick perusal over my table here. And then if y'all see something that you want me to show, I can do that for you. Putting things back here. Okay. Because I didn't get to them yet. So this is an old monogram set, cufflinks, and your tie tack. These are pretty. These are from Reality. They're like a smoky gray metal, like gunmetal kind of tone. Clip earrings. These are pretty fabulous. These are pretty fabulous. Old clip earrings. Should have pulled these out for the maximalist train from the other night because they would have been perfect. Pardon me. If you see anything at all that you want to see up closer in detail, let me know. This is Renoir copper, and these are another great pair of 80s clip earrings. Pot metal. This is Trifari. Confetti lucite. Pretty hummingbird. Again, just kind of running over some different Avon, couple Avon rings. If you see anything you want, pardon me, to see up close, let me know. These are a set with the purple, so they're pretty. Christmas, great for Christmas, a jade stone accent. These are what left. A handmade crab. These are enamel, metal enamel. So if you see anything, otherwise, for the last few minutes, I'll just show a couple. These are copper set bracelet and clip earrings, and then bangles, different kinds of things here. And this is a gold Japan necklace. So then I have, oh, let me show. These are very random. I forgot to show them at the beginning. You can still, if they go out on Monday, you should get them by Halloween. I came across these. How fabulous. How fabulous are these? These are vintage Russ. Vintage Russ troll earrings. I'm going to pop these on just in case. I'm going to show them. Russ troll. Jack-o'-lantern earrings. So these are so cool. I love these guys so much. Bum, bum, bum. My fingers are typing them. Okay. Now, where'd they go? There they are. So these guys are gold tone wired, and they are fabulous. Look at that. They're so cool. There is your Russ. Okay, they're in pretty nice condition overall. But gosh, I had so many of these as a kid. I'm totally dating myself right now, but so many trolls as a kid. So there you go. So they're running right now for $6. Yeah. Don't quite go, along with this, but vintage and collectible. So thought I would pop them on there. I was super excited when I came across them. It's like, wow, you got to be kidding. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what else I can show in our last few minutes together. Let me show this one. This is pretty cool. So this is a two-piece set. It's kind of TLC. You can see it needs lots of polishing, right? But it is copper, as far as I can tell, and from my research, I'm pretty sure. But it's been all handmade and soldered together. Very kind of abstract, right? Here is your clasp on there. The bottom is definitely needs some love. And it does have a safety clasp, a working safety clasp. Oops. And then it comes with these matching clip earrings. They're also hand soldered. I can't talk, hand soldered. So kind of a cool, but definitely, TLC needs some really good polishing up and everything. But that set's running right now for 7. But a really kind of cool piece. Could even take them apart and upcycle them if you are a jewelry artist. All right. I am just checking real quick to see. Nope. Okay. See if our next friend was on, and you're not. So I will show you a couple more pairs until she hops on. Okay. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I love this one. I think this one's pretty. Look at this one. Isn't this gorgeous, guys? Gold toned, beautiful hummingbird with your rhinestone and your green enamel paint accent. Look at the long beak there. Here is the back. And I believe this to be like an 80s, early 90s gem. And here's how big it is. So it's a nice size. Just gorgeous. So that's running right now for 7. Really pretty. I'm not too sure. I should have did a little more research. This may be Avon. Avon didn't always mark their pieces. So it very well could be. All right, look, guys, let me see. Da, da, da. Is she ready? I do not see anybody here. Okay, so we're gonna keep checking because we are rating somebody next. But I will continue to show a couple more pieces until they come on. And then we'll send everyone over. So next up is a fabulous novelty piece. An apple with a bite out of it. How amazing is that? Be great for a teacher. Love it. Does have a little bit of enamel chips, but overall, it's not too bad for what it is. Here is your back. Little metalware in there, but pretty fabulous overall. And that's running now. And then we will check and see if our next friend is on or not. I love this one. This one's kind of heavy too. So I'm not quite sure what the metal mix is on there, but it's a heavy one. It is a heavy one. All right. All right, David is ready. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed David. He has fantabulous things. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great night, guys.